As we are now in the Dutch Grand Prix, I'm going to show you the replay that had happened in lap 15 with Lance Law having an incident as he had a bit dip into the from the right side over to the left side and slash into the wall after having a spin which was not good for Lance Law considering the position he's in. He is strong enough to finish in top 6, so that was a chance, but unfortunately that won't happen because he actually made another mistake once again with Lance Rowe. Now coming up after the banter taller, he ended up locking up and slashed into another wall again that causes him to DNF, and Charles Leclerc once again take another win for himself with Carlos Sainz stuck in a Piat with the Stroll is just having a bad day.
A difficult race awaits these drivers here in Monza, but glory awaits too at the Italian Grand Prix. With top speeds reaching 215 miles per hour, only a few places can challenge Monza's crown as the fastest track in Formula One. Hard braking zones going into the 3 chicanes make up the majority of the 11 corners on this 3.6-mile circuit. And just in case the slipstream wasn't enough, 2 DRS zones will help encourage some close action. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, and Andrea Kimi Antonelli completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Norris, Pierre Gasly, and Piastri, Sainz, Tsunoda, Colapinto, and Lance Stroll, Albon, Ocon, Fernando Alonso, and Behrman, Crawford, Hadjar, Gabriel Bortoleto, and Liam Lawson, Doohan, Hulkenberg, Aaron, and Ritomo Miata rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track. And alongside me here today in the commentary box, Anthony Davidson. So here we are at Monza, Temple of Speed, lovely long straights, and that's it. It's easy, isn't it?
It's a little bit harder than that, Crofty, than you make out. I mean, yes, you do have those long straights, but it's linked by very tight, tricky corners. Big emphasis on braking zones around here as well, particularly into turn 1. You decelerate at the 150-metre board down to the 50-metre board, and you'll scrub off easily over 150 miles an hour. So, yeah, it puts a lot of G-force on the drivers' bodies as they decelerate. And obviously, it throws up a big overtaking opportunity as well come race day.
As we are now getting ready to connect on to the Monza Grand Prix, of course, there was just no point doing it to the fact that we have the component change which led to penalties lobbed all the way down to P22. So there was no point to focus on qualifying anymore. But here the new sponsors that we've been putting in, with the first 2 coming from the Dutch Grand Prix and another one coming from this Grand Prix, and our performance here, we are still solid, fit, but team. I think that quite needs to be really good, but unfortunately the cut tab is now starting getting closer to 135 million. We are approximately 17 million behind, and we've got a new regulation change now being coming in, durability and chassis. And the other news with the contract rumour, as we now got potential all 3 drivers that are willing to join us. So you have to make a decision who do we go for, and I mean, obviously the top choice is George Russell, that we've spoken about him the entire season, and while we on earth are part of that opportunity, but you also get the chance to bring Fernando Alonso. It's one of the hardest choices, but the decision will be made in Singapore at now. We are to finally line up to the taking agent, try to take advantage of everyone's cold tire, as it's now 5 red line on way to go out with Charles Leclerc completed on the pole position with at the yellow in second place. What can Charles do? He has a fantastic start for himself. He's now leading with at the LA in second place. So this could be a good opportunity for the Italian driver to be on the podium or get on win at the Italian Grand Prix. That'll be a big thing for at the LA, and everybody managed to get on win without any problem. And we've got Albon, who is back to the launch. Now, this is a good opportunity to see who is the better driver out of those two still. People are pretty much on the place launch. Now, the option we got the place to launch. Now, Miata is on a phenomenal start as it now up into P15 from P22 up to P15. That's an incredible start for the Tommy Miata. It's something we definitely going to bring in with the perspective to see he is the future for the team or not. That, of course, is going to be in question one. We saw another rather to be alongside Miata as Alonso had overtaken Lance Law, and Law should have made it hard for himself. He should be doing a pretty good job, but unfortunately it might seem to be a competitive one for Lance Law, and Max Verstappen is having himself a fight with Gasly, with Pierre Gasly now overtaking Max Verstappen is same as Lando, Norris and Lando on the outside, trying to get on now of Pierre Gasly. For Norris, we need the podium, and then we love to have it because obviously they've been having some good form, so they came off a little bit, they're going back up, having a little bit of rotting form in the second part of the season. But I'm thinking that Ferrari is still perfectly fine, and we've got Miata to try to make a move on tour 4 as it went from the right to the left and made a move on the inside, made it a fantastic overtake. And here it's a replay of the race start from the man himself, Miata, going from P22 up to P15 in just one straight line, with them overtaking after turn 2 for sure. But that was where he done it. I mean, obviously he had a 3-wide, made a minimal contact, but still gets away. So slaughter Miata, fantastic start, and it now chasing after his teammate Lance Law, who is chasing after his former teammate Fernando Alonso. The Miata we want to try to get past them two and put himself in the fight with those Williams, because they are 11th and 10th, and I guarantee they're going to make it hard. And we've got Ultron actually overtaking Carlos Sainz. Sainz slotted it. Is he having the same treatment as Gasly had back over in the dust? Even though having seen the video, he actually had a bit of a slaughter and still the same in the Belgium as well. So Gasly definitely want to try and bring his form back and do a pretty good job. And we now got with the fight going on behind as well, and same at the up in the top 8, having a fight with Carlos Sainz overtaking Ultron, Gasly and Lando, having a fight with his team in the standing. But Carlos Sainz is now low and overtaking Esteban, Ultron and Lance Law, putting that back ahead of Fernando Alonso. And now Miata needs to get close, and unfortunately the thing is, he's on a stop tire. It will do quite quickly, and of course we are doing 2 stop strategy, and we now got the fight going on with Lando Norris and Jack. And we also got Piastri making a fight with Yuki Tsunoda. I believe that, yes it is, he overtaken Yuki Tsunoda, and Piastri like to try and get Max Verstappen, but Yuki not going to let it up easily. Can he get himself back though? Or will Piastri hold him back? Looks like Piastri succeeded a hold back on Yuki Tsunoda, and now Piastri can take after Max Verstappen. But the one thing I want to say, what is going on with McLaren? They were quite a strong car from last season, and it's just didn't quite work out for them this season. They haven't had a win, I believe so. I mean, it feels like they haven't, and we got the live timing. There's a fight going on with Yuki and Piastri once again. Piastri and Yuki are swapping the position at Yuki overtaking Piastri, and we got Fernando Alonso the overtaking Lance Law. I mean, to be fair, I know Monza overtaking is quite strong here, but that's a good chance to see what to be happiness that is definitely to lead into incident for sure, but to driver will have ego. The car let them go that easy as Colapito had managed to get ahead of Alex Dolborn and Piatti and Yuti are continually fighting once again, and Piatti putting that back into pieces, but all of that fight is not helping Piatti. He needs to get close to Matt to stop Newton Sonona made another overtake again, and we've got both Brittany Motorsport establishing Fernando Alonso and that to be surprised with the fact that it stopped tyre, despite being an old tyre, it held on its own, which is pretty good. In lap 6 now at Land, another the overtaking Gatlin, and it now goes leave for the podium spot with Gatlin in 4th, Verstappen 5th, and we've got the fight with Ocon and Toro side at the last timing, and Snow had a lot top, Snow had a lot top, I'm about to say, he defended, but he didn't, he locked up, and he just allowed Miata spotted it, and he pulled it off. Fantastic job from Miata. This kind of mistake Snow cannot be having, because he had a massive crash in that door. He can't be doing another mistake like this in Monza. He had a lot of what is going to be the next one if he didn't have the big incident. I hope not. We want to finish in point together as a team, because those William and Aston Martin somehow to manage to match the pace of the Brittany Motorsport, and that is not just on board with Charles Leclerc. I've not spoken about him for ages, but he's leading with a very comfortable 3 seconds. Charles Leclerc got no Modian and Attiella in the second place as Lando Gatlin continuing the other fight at Gatlin to try and get him done back no on Lando. No, will Matt Verstappen follow you or not? It's a bit 3 right to turn one, yes it is, but it seems like Matt is trying to get ahead of Lando. He did not manage to get it done, but Lando managed to get there on Gatlin. So he's side by side, but Gatlin defended it and Lando stayed behind. I thought he was going to lose a play or something, but that's not the case. I just see the live timing now. Lawson is in the pit, so Lawson being the third driver now coming in on the stop tyre. In fact, that was the lap that Miata was supposed to come in, but we told him to stay out because he managed to stay close to Fernando Alonso for a long period of time. So I'm not worried about bringing Miata in, but he's going to start struggling now, but he's on approximately 70% of the tyre wear, and that is going to be very, very rough for Miata to deal with, and we got Snow is a lot closer to Miata than Miata is to Fernando Alonso. So we have to think about something by allowing Snow though, and we protect our tyre because we are in the region where we can get a punch shot at any time. We need to look after the tyre and just get into the pit, and Fernando Alonso is in comfortable space, but now we need to try to chase down for Franco Colapito, and I think no he doesn't. I was about to tell him pull it off, but he does not as he got smoke coming out of his car. Fernando Alonso is out of the Monza Grand Prix, and Miata coming in, and it got absolutely red tyre wear, and that 82%, and further to state the car is out, and Hulkenberg got 10-second penalty. What happened to Hulkenberg? And Fernando is out, well out of the rampant, unfortunately, and Lawson is the victim to this situation, because if he stayed out and come in with VST came out, he'll be fine, he'll be in a battle, but unfortunately that did not happen for Liam Lawson. But Miata, I mean, I got lucky that he come in, put a new tyre on, and he had to really a lot of places, but all the tyre behind had put it, but he didn't lose about 3 places to the tyre that already went new like of a Hulkenberg and Hazard and one more driver. So I think Miata is fine. He doesn't lose too much, but we can have an advantage because the medium tyre will kick in quite quickly and we feel more comfortable with it, and hopefully we can try to get the undercut that is just starting to, we need to try and pull off at the vertical safety car already ended anyway, and we're going straight to lap 9 with Stroll coming in this lap, Behrman brought an actor had came in and had George. I think he came in as well. Then with halting bar, but Miata it now throw up the P12 overtaken launch. No, and it's now right behind Franco. Now we are a lot closer to the William we run before we put it now. After we put it, we are now closer to the William to there the chance for the point score. Hopefully P9 is what, or P8 is what we can aim for, because Ultron is pretty much the limit that expectations go out for, along with Alex Dolborn, but unfortunately Ultron has put it that will be a little bit of an issue to deal with. We need to try and catch up as fast as we can, as we had a fantastic exit. And we are right behind Franco, and we're going to go ahead and try to get the move done on the outside line. Draw out of Franco Trilapito, and a fantastic overtake from Miata. He's showing the pace in that medium tyre. It's still in a pretty good condition at the John straight into lap 10. Unfortunately, Franco, the overtaking now, but we can see Albon in the distance. Will Franco get in the fight with Albon as they head into turn 1? No, it doesn't. Seems like Franco stays behind Alex Albon, and I know Mia's hoping that the fight going to turn 1. That's why we see him move it to the inside line. It might have the advantage to try to find the gap. But we're going to lap 11 now, with Alex Albon, Franco and Miata and now having their own three-way fight for the P10, and this is set up for a very exciting racing. Even though it's only P10, it's still a pretty good one, because neither of them are fighting for point in the Construction Championship. 1 point is still a point that will give you a bigger leverage over your rival, but with Ultron in P9, it's going to hurt a lot, but it's Ultron in Aston Martin. It's quite closer to the Bricklane Motorsport than any other team that's behind Aston Martin. But we've got Carlos style obviously overtaken, well, fighting Newton Sonona at the premium to have to owe battle at some point, and at the end now leading the Monza Grand Prix. That is such and Charles Leclerc actually has put it to Newton Sonona, and Piat has gone stayed out third and fourth, and we've got Charles Leclerc coming out in the distance in the pit lane exit. So Charles Leclerc going from P1 down to P5 is not a bad thing, but he is closer to the leader, and he definitely retains his lead of the Italian Grand Prix, unless he gets very unlucky mistakenly tar or one left flat. We don't highly doubt that might happen anyway, but we don't land. Another is P6, and we've got Max Verstappen P7, Carlos side, Ultron P8, P9, and we've got Miata tried to find the space to overtake Franco, but he pulled out of it because he knew it's too risky, so he had to be patient and find another opportunity later down the line. And we still do have a pretty good pace, even though they are quite quick on the straight line. Williams are quite well known for being quick on the straight line, aren't they? So it's fun, but we just got to make sure we do a pretty good job. And we've got Ultron, it now moves up the P6, overtaken 2 times while under time, and we've got love timing on Miata, just overtaken Franco, trying to P2, it now up into P11, it can now take off for Albon. This could be a good chance to try and see how good is the battle between Albon and Miata. Will they be able to keep it clean? Because it's the only way we know if they respect each other. If Albon decides to join up, we need to find the bond, the chemistry between them both, can they respect each other badly. But in lap 14, we've got 3 cars that's about to overtake Ultron. Ultron is about to lose 3 places. Is Jack, Carlos style overtaking Ultron, Matt, and Ultron going side by side. And it seems like that Matt couldn't clear the bar, and Ultron to Ultron stayed ahead, even though it looked like it was about to do triple overtake. But Ultron did a good job holding it down and stayed ahead, which is good for him right there. And we don't land on another. It's up in 4th, and when I mentioned Matt, I meant Newton Sonona. I got really confused for a second. It's Newton, not Matt Verstappen. Hit Matt more far ahead, and we got Charles Leclerc leading just over 8 seconds. Charles Leclerc in a comfortable position. He's got no worry whatsoever, and we've got Newton Tanona had overtaken Ocon, not Matt. Newton the whole time I just got confused for that reason. I don't know why, but now Piat to the straight after Esteban Ocon, where he had the fantastic undercut. Now doesn't lose the play down to P8, should be dropping down to P9 very, very soon, but his Piat is going to clear Esteban Ocon for sure. I know it 100% hit McLaren, even though they don't seem quite the yard stronger than Aston Martin, and Piat is now ahead of Esteban Ocon, and now Miata is closing on the Alex Albon, and it tries to put a distraction on Albon by moving into his mirror, try to throw him some sort of distraction to make a mistake for himself, but unfortunately Albon held it down, so he doesn't even feel pressure by Miata. But now in lap 16 we got really close to Alex Albon, but the unfortunate thing is our timer is now starting really bad, but we decided to stay out for another lap, try and overtake Albon, because that is our chance. And we can see the live timing that I believe it land another is now behind the lapped car, the now cars are being lapped, and Max Verstappen tries directly, but he made a contact with Hulkenberg, I believe it's Nico Hulkenberg. Max Verstappen now got a fine wing damage. This is not good, but Max Verstappen has it now going to be stuck behind a lapped car, and it's finally the chance to get there. What on earth has happened with the lapped car? And of course there was a lot of time and things going on which I've not one step on word about it. Albon stayed ahead of Miata, and Franco Tolopito has pitted. So Tolopito are aiming for the undercut, and Miata and Albon are aiming to try and stay ahead of Franco and stay ahead of each other. And we've got Pietro, Newton Tanona are having an old battle, and I don't think it's gonna be very good, because they would lose a lot of time, which would put them in a difficult place to try and catch Carlos Sainz. But now Miata, who's still in P11, has not once tried to get the move on Albon at all, and that's because Albon has done a fantastic job defending, placing his car in a really good place to just doing a fantastic work as a defending driver again to Miata, and we've got Piatro, who basically overtaken Newton Tanona. But now Albon and Miata have decided to pit at the same time. I would think he's doing like Miata stay out, but thought no, let's come in and hope that William make mistake in the pit. We're gonna try and contaminate them, but unfortunately we got really close to overtake, but it didn't pay off as Albon stayed ahead of Miata. And here Franco Tronapito as he managed to pull up the double undercut. He's now up into P10. Albon I think now decides to be a team player and hold Miata far back for as long as he can, and that will be disastrous for Miata, because we want him to score points, because he is pretty much the most consistent driver by far to scoring points, same as Lance Law, but Miata has a lot of the high, and we want him to try and get ahead of Albon and chase that for Franco, but Carlos Sainz and Max Verstappen are continuing with their own fight, and we've got Lando P4, Daphne P3 at the LA P2, Charles Leclerc now over 10 seconds ahead of his teammate, and look at this. Look how many laps the car at the LA need to get through. He's gone through one of them right now, and it's still, I think, got 4 more to go. According to my math, I think I might be wrong now. That 2 down, 3 to go, and let's count. Yes, it is. It's 3 cars that he needs to lap and get away from them and try to chase off for Charles Leclerc. And we are now entering the lap 19. There's the big difference between the leader to Miata at the massive pace differences, and Miata has overtaken Alex Albon. Is now just trying to chase off for Franco Tolopito, but he actually went deep quite a bit into turn 1, but he managed to hold together and stayed ahead of Alex Albon. And now we do have a good chance to chase off for Franco, but Franco has been doing a really good job. It doesn't even feel any pressure from Miata, but it's now pulling to Sutton, and Albon and the overtake Miata in lap 20. It's pretty much going to be a theme with Albon and Miata having that constant back and forth. And that is exactly what the Williams wanted, because that is their chance for Albon to score a point. But unfortunately, we moved forward quickly, and Miata got 3 Sutton penalties. So if we manage getting the point, we might lose it anyway, because if we get into top, P10 is a limited place for us. But when we get there, we're still going to lose place because Albon and Tolopito will be there close with us anyway, and we got me up to go for an overtake on the inside. Fantastic move that was. I mean, that overtake can be quite uncommon, but it's still positive from well done to Miata. But unfortunately, Albon still managed to exit, putting himself back new ahead of Alex Albon, and Miata nearly made the contact behind him, but he managed to avoid it and stay ahead and the overtake Alex Albon. But Albon still doesn't get back. No, you can see that it's the theme, it's constant back and forth between both of those. They are having a really good fight, and I think it's safe to say it's a clear fight, and Charles Leclerc is still needing over 14 Sutton, and the last time we can see Carlos Sainz and Lando Norris are in the battle, and Ferrari in 3rd and 4th. That is the position we had way better than the previous 2 ramping from Josh and Belgium. That's pretty good, but they still lapped the car for them to get, and there's another flag. What is happening? I don't know. Where the yellow flag coming from? Everyone tried to get the turn 1, but it seems like everybody had stopped. What is going on? There's the contact with the racing ball. We've got more cars coming up. What is they pile up? We've got both Red Bull, both McLaren, both Ferrari. Someone made the contact. Yep, someone got contact. What is going on? And I think the Audi is coming through. What is they pile up? And I just noticed Hulkenberg. Yeah, Hulkenberg does DNF. Oh no, what happened? What on earth had happened to Hulkenberg? The hidden replay of Actielli had the spin, made the mistake. Okay, Actielli made the mistake, coming up in turn 2, made the contact with the Alpine, and it stayed there for the entire time, and that displayed what is the absolute chaos pile up that is not just, and the later ball taking advantage of corner cutting. What is going on here? And we got another angle of this incident showing this day with McLaren and Ferrari, and they are coming to the stop, and I don't know why they're not avoiding it properly, and we got another McLaren made the contact with the Ferrari, and here's Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg did even brake. Nick Tower, Hulkenberg did not even brake, and he made the contact and he crashed the car. I mean, honestly, what is going on there? I've never seen this before. Well, at least when they get going, and I'm surprised that we're not called on red flag. And to be fair, it's 2 laps to go. Red flag will be absolute waste of time. A safety car can come out, and we ought to be on waste of time, and it will not be favourable for Miata for sure. But at the rate now, we assume, and we got Miata is ahead of Alex Albon. He needs to try to catch franchise. It's only 2 laps to go. But here's the thing. Couple of those drivers, the one that's been lapped got about 3 laps to go. The one that had to be lapped got about 2 laps to go. And the leader got 1 lap to go because Charles Leclerc is 36 seconds because of Actielli's mistake into turn 2. And surprisingly, has unlocked so many plays, and it's surprisingly again, it's still over 8 seconds from Lando Norris. Even though all of this pile up, Lando couldn't take the advantage, and to be fair, that's all because the pile up with the laps to start, we can't exactly overtake them, and we got Gasly coming in, and I know that Gasly got 10 second penalty. Max Verstappen is in. It's a chance for us to finish P9. I think there's the opportunity to finish P9. Oh, please tell me there is. Ocon is now trying to overtake 2 more shots. P7 for Ocon to the P2 to the drop the P8 if I'm right. As long as Gasly doesn't go out, Franco up to P8, Miata up to P9, Albon up to P10. We are now in point getting there, but Charles Leclerc it will unlap to Matt Verstappen. So if Matt did not unlap himself, he will not be finishing ahead of Miata because of the second penalty. But now he's behind Charles Leclerc and Lance, and Charles began his final lap. Already Matt Verstappen still got another lap to go. This is just 10 on, but unfortunately Matt will be finished a race behind Charles Leclerc anyway, so he doesn't have another lap, unfortunately. And at the end, finally begin his final lap, and Lando Norris and Carlos Sainz are having a battle for the third place. Can Carlos Sainz get that podium to uplift Ferrari from there, because Gatly out the point, unfortunately, and there's a lot of time with Matt Verstappen making this same Miata did to Albon as he did it to Lance Stroll now, and we got Leclerc, and I'm sorry for the mistake right there. I don't know what the cameraman was doing, but Charles Leclerc coming out the final corner, and he's now going to be lifting the trophy and winning the Monza Grand Prix. It's hilarious motion into turn one in the last lap. 2 laps to go. Everybody on a different lap time, unfortunately. And at the end, it's now 37 Sutton, and we'll be finishing in the Sutton place. And we've got Miata, who's obviously worried about Matt to get that Sutton. But the good news is, Miata doesn't have to worry about that anymore because Matt has finished the race with 3 points this Sutton. So Miata, either way, where he finished, he will still finish in P10. So that is good. And Carlos Sainz is now doing finish on a podium as he's watching 2 laps to start having a battle as they top the line. Carlos Sainz finished third. And hold on, wait. Did I just see it? Didn't happen? Yeah, I think so. And we've got Miata and Alex Albon. Miata made a mistake. Looked to car Albon coming through so hard. Made a contact with Miata. This is not shooting like this. We put in a very sour take if they became a teammate. But in that last time we didn't see the racing ball. DNF basically Hazard, I think it is, has DNF, and what is going on in this episode? This is crazy episode I've ever commentating on, and which my brain needs to keep up as much as it can. And you see that it's the racing ball with the DNF, and what on earth had happened there, and Miata, fantastic ride, my friends.
Charles Leclerc, what a drive, what a victory, he wins!
And of course, what 3 race victories, a hat-trick of wins, does for a driver's confidence is huge going forward in the championship. You know, they've got the energy on their side now, and it's for the others to try and stop this progression of victories.
We had drama from start to finish, but in the end, there was only ever one that could take that top spot. And who gets to take the top step of the podium? Yes, it is I, Leclerc. Charles Leclerc on top.
Well done, Charles Leclerc. And at the end, he had to lock a position down into 3rd place. Carlos started in 2nd place. At the end, I got 10-second penalty. I'm assuming it was from when he made the contact with Alpine, I think so. And we stayed it now over 40 least points ahead, and Charles Leclerc 52 points ahead. And here is some warning that had happened here at Monza. There had to be a huge amount of warning. Yet, Miata unfortunately had to do the track limit, but that doesn't matter. What matters is at lap 20, look at it. Lap 25, 24, mixture. All of the warning, and here's a replay of how he ended up DNF. Okay, he just went straight into Charles Leclerc. He just went straight into Charles Leclerc. That's on you, Hazard. What is going on? This episode, it turned up and won. Look, caused some funny moment, and this is exactly what happened. Oh my god, it's unbelievable. But we're just ending now, and I'll see you in the Singapore Grand Prix. So, thanks for watching, please like and dislike my video. Do you want to appreciate it, and peace out.